when she see that motion. Yeah, straight to the back, getting racks in the morning. Starboy on the field named Marin. Feel like Brazil, how the man them ballin'. Shoot my shot, then I'm scoring. No one does it better. Body curving, how she swerving like a traveler. We can have a party in the favela. Body curving, how she swerving like a traveler. We can have a party in the You never seen this before. Now I got 4 songs on a billboard. You don't even know about me, no. Used to listen to so much, you know. They said I would never, ever get better. They said I would never, ever get better. Party in there, party in there. Party in there, party in there. Listen up my eye when she see that motion. Yeah, yeah. No one does it better. Body curving, how she swerving like a traveler. We can have a party in there. Body curving, how she swerving like a traveler. We can have a party in there.
Certain cores, they also have the alacrity for the gyrocopters. They're
Da chamada, chamada, na cena, matada, chamada, 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 na cena, matada, chamada, chamada, na cena, matada, chamada.
Defense, sooner or later you are going to have to fight back, right? You are going to have to take the initiative, and that's where 23 Savage is going to come in. Can he take the initiative for his team, and can he dish out enough damage to take out several of Viroja's cores, right? There has to be at least 2 out of the 3 cores that 23 Savage himself has to take down. So his requirement in the team fights is not 5,000 to 6,000 damage, it's 10,000 to 12,000 damage. Otherwise, they simply don't win the fight. Sure, Mac is coming in with an Ember Spirit, so there is plenty of magical damage there. But I do expect a pipe as well to be coming out this game from Momi. So it's going to do less damage once that is a factor.
Tim Dota Indonesia berkancah di internasional.
Mostly everyone has gone for, well, pretty much the standard facets. Surprising, the Time Hunter has actually gone for the Kraken Swell.
Yeah, I was a bit surprised about that myself, because, like you mentioned, we've been seeing a little bit more of focus coming out towards CJ. Smoke's been popped. They should know that John Will is nearby. Raven's going to be able to go in over here as well. Stun's going to land on CJ. He is a dead man. Joker picking up first blood, though, isn't ideal. Still, a good start to things, being able to take down the enemy gyrocopter.
30 seconds.
Yeah, it's not the ideal start when, you know, you start a battle, but you see the helicopter leave the field, but then it in front of you. You know, it doesn't even cross enemy lines, but Viroja getting a bit too ahead of themselves. Normally, you don't have your carry that far out unless there's a clear plan to actually take a fight. But clearly, Viroja, they weren't looking for a fight there. So just being caught off sleeping, I believe.
Once again, charge coming through, but this time they won't really have a stun, only a little bit of a root coming out. The damage being dealt with that Keeper of the Light fully charged blast is something you always forget at level 1. It's so strong.
Yeah, it's 185 magical damage at the max charge. You can see Viroja, they have something to prove, right? With how aggressive they are playing. Even Vomi stacking up for the bounty rune against 3 heroes is not something that I expect most teams to actually do. So it is Nemesis off to prove a point. Towards the spot lane, CJ is playing into a melee offlaner that does well against most carries, but not against the gyrocopter. That afterburner is something that is going to punish Raven as he tries to play aggressive here. And Juju's playing a very defensive support, so you don't want to be glimpsed back into the rocket barrage.
I mean, you also have to keep in mind that Jokum, up until that level 2 mark, doesn't actually win the fight versus Juju. And right now, he's not winning the fight at all. One flak cannon kill would be enough, but why go for a flak cannon hit when Juju can just chase him down? Jokum really overestimates his survivability and his movement speed. The Thunder Strike slow coming into effect. Very nicely done for an initial advantage. Well, at least reclaiming the advantage that was lost.
Didn't even need a single flak cannon hit coming in from CJ. Wonderfully done by Juju. This is what he needs to do. I mean, just punish any over positioning by Nemesis, because at the end of the day, you just want farm on Veroja. Not really in particular looking for any kills to be made. It's good if you can find kills, particularly with that Sunstrike, and that's always going to be a factor that Nemesis have to be careful of. Off positioning is going to already get punished, but severely so against that Sunstrike.
And Jokum's being careful right now, but there won't be a Sunstrike coming forward regardless. I don't think it's quite high level enough to kill him at that 200 HP mark.
Mati,
Potato has to be careful over here as well. Mac is going to continue to keep him down low.
Yeah, this is a pretty rough matchup for the Invoker. His spells don't do anything to Mac. That's the problem. The Flame Guard is going to absorb whatever Pota throws at the Ember. And if the whole idea is to farm up, then he might be on... Mac can essentially rotate around the map and create space. Pota can only do with a Sunstrike. A more playmaking role for Pota this game, but this is the one that they've decided to go for.
It does feel like Pota's really reliant on the rest of his team enabling him for his lane to be effective, but fortunately for him, they do kind of have the heroes for that. The only problem is Trian is incredibly tanky support coming through, so where maybe you were hoping to find more damage, Buhao and company with Shackle and Hex to try and set up for the Sunstrike, that would have been ideal, but not with Jonuel being this big tanky tree.
Very difficult to play against a Trian Protector. You might just get slowed down to a point where you don't have an escape, and then you're just feeding kills away. And we spoke about this. The one person you cannot be giving kills to is 23 Savage. He is just going to rip your team apart if he gets off to a good head start. Right now, he's being kept at base. 17 lost hits for him as opposed to 22 for CJ. So everything is going according to plan for both of these two teams. Despite his Pota being pushed back a bit, he still has as much CS nearly as the Ember Spirit does. So overall, not too bad from both sides. Probably the next time we'll see a fight come out is that 6-minute power room timing. I do expect both supports to rotate there, but I think Veroja have the better ones.
I'm surprised that Pota is still going out for those bounty runes and things like that, but yeah, I think maybe before the 4-minute mark, if you're willing to rotate away on either the Shadow Shaman or, you know, maybe even the Disruptor, to be honest, if the Disruptor can make his way out towards the top lane with the help of a Sunstrike, you can definitely get a kill. But that control over the twin gate, vision over the twin gate might be something that both teams look to establish early on because of that. Because like you said, Potato is really not in for a good time at all
And I
over
think
in that mid lane unless he gets
urn
those kills.
rather than the Hand of Midas, so he's really not prioritizing greed over here.
Midas is so bad.
Yes, but teams still go for it, is the thing.
Midas is
You
bad.
imagine that Midas being nerfed to the ground.
Indian
but
people
this
said
is
Midas is bad.
No.
I know people still buy it. I just hate it so much. It's literally, I think we calculated the other day. I think it's a 22-minute payback. But right now, maybe there's a chance with the Sunstrike to get a kill on this Klings. He's incredibly low, and Buhau's Ether Shock will finish him off. Now where there's chance for one, there's chance for more.
I'm regretting. I'm regret of myself. Okay, Mati. Okay. Nice.
Critical. They're able to get a second kill.
Coba dulu ada
Great
YouTube.
set of kills coming out there. There's
Masalah nonton di YouTube ku anu
Januel
so.
used his abilities, so there was no longer any threat for Veroja to go and make that kill.
Jadi, Ayo Dance adalah game rhythm yang dimana kita harus mencocokkan beat note-nya agar mendapatkan.
Coming up there, they saw the fact that the tree and Januel used his abilities, so there was no longer any threat for Veroja to go and make that kill. The Sunstrike doing too much damage against the Lynx, who is a very squishy hero, and even towards his bot lane, a homing missile will actually latch on.
Oh, Jokem mati. Jokem. Hey you, Jokem.
Raven's able to tank up some of the rocket barrage damage to keep his Keeper of the Light alive. Otherwise, that would have been disastrous. If your gyrocopter gets a kill when his support has rotated away, that's best case scenario, right?
Yeah, it would have been very surprising, or well, a blunder from Nemesis if that kill would have happened.
I thought maybe the Nature's Grasp might be enough to
Ini iso
spur
dilang
back
no
on, but it
kayak
doesn't
gini.
quite reach.
Anjing.
Wow, Blood Grenade comes out. There's a Remnant over here as well.
Wow, ini siapa ini?
Now towards the bot side of the map first, but regardless, they will at the very least be
Jenenge
able to get a kill.
aneh-aneh
Top lane,
kok.
23 Savage will be the casualty in exchange. The Sunstrike really helping out massively, but there is a slight problem of the Invoker not actually getting the kill. Still good to see rotations coming out from the Gyrocopter. We talked about it. This would be incredibly instrumental, and it is.
Nemesis are not getting the better trades right now. I mean,
Jenengmu mbok ganti
6 minutes
buha
all
wae,
that
Cok.
really found is
Anjing,
that
anjing.
kill on the Shadow Shaman, and not much else. He
Who
does
wants
see
to
the
stop
scent
this Centaur?
of-
Jenenge aneh-aneh kok
With
ngomong ini.
Potato coming forward, this could be a dead Centaur. It's going to be the first kill where Potato's able to get
Oh.
experience for it as well. So it's quite important. Virojas are off to an incredibly good start.
certainly recognizing just where Nemesis are playing around the map. They expect a mid laner to come contest you as you're skipping all of these towers, but Nemesis did not think Viroja were going to be that brave, and they were proven wrong. Mac has to make some plays right now, and the problem is 23 Savage is getting completely shut down. He's died about twice now on that Clinks, and really, it has to be the Ember Spirit. You mentioned that the only initiator they have is that Centaur, but that's only going to kick in after that Blink Dagger, which is going to be a long way from now. So, who does the initiating before that? It has to be at the back of you just going in with your Remnant and having enough follow-up to confirm a kill. But it is going to be hard, but I'm afraid that's the card they've decided to actually deal out, or rather play out.
Well, going in for this one is a bit of a risk over here. We'll pick up the Blaze Rune on the top side of the map. Touches, we did get something wrong, by the way. Ember Spirit is the one going to be earned. As excited as I got for the Invoker not making a hand of Midas, that is not the case. Invoker will be playing for the Midas. And I think that the Midas goal basically exceeds what it is delivered after about...
Jenenge diwalak-walik wis koyo Arema wis anjok mi wo mi ada.
In the time that you get that goal, you also
Jenenge koyo wong Arema rek rek.
which blade, or if you had like an earn plus treads or so, you could potentially get more done on the map as well. So what it effectively ends up being is about like an 18-19 minute delay before the Midas becomes relevant.
Yeah, and sometimes the Invoker will also go for Boots of Travel, so there's the opportunity cost, or rather opportunity loss there as well, where you essentially have two items which are worth more than 2,000 gold, which
Okay,
don't do
info
anything
tak
in the
tarik.
game. That might be a potential window for Nemesis to play with, but I don't see their lineup building up to punish the greed from the Invoker. Who's going to be making the moves? Is it 23 Savage who's getting shut down right now? I mean, he is recovering, but he's not recovering to the point where he can then look to make the aggressive plays.
Yeah, I mean, right now it's all about Mac, and he's even with his haste, we're not able to find anything beyond just more farm across the map. At the
Mungkin
very
teko
least,
streamingnya
like,
berarti.
Mac's farm is going to be incredibly accelerated, so he will. Damage rune picked up. Buhawa has a lot of damage, especially with the Sunstrike to help out. This could be troublesome if you have one more player coming over.
Oi.
Dodging out the hit with the slide of fist is the only reason why Max stays alive.
I got a bit too close for Mac than he would have liked, or than what we might have expected. No hesitation on that Sunstrike. Pota is definitely playing with the trigger finger. But Mac, at the end of the day, it's not about how close you got to a kill, it's about who secures the kill, and Mac does have one in the bag.
Still missing out on the amplified damage room does mean
this
that
is-
again.
One of those build-ups for the gyrocopter from CJ that I've seen time and time again that I really do not like. A Manta style being built up will mean that the gyrocopter does or may lack the necessary damage output. Now it's not as bad in this game because you do have the Invoker who's going for the Exort build, and you do have the Tide Hunter who will have some form of damage.
Duper, duper, oke.
Brewhouse here ready.
Oke.
Missile is going to land as well. This should
Dar.
be an Ember, but with the stun
Nggak
being
mati.
stacked with the living armor, he stays alive. CJ can't pursue any longer, and Keeper of the Light, he's going to be able to assist even more. Nak has a reason to go back to
Telat.
base, but with the glimpse coming in.
Telat glimpse, telat anunya, wes kabeh sak kampung teko.
Chase Mac remnants over to the other side of the tier 1 tower, and now
Ultine
it's
teko,
Wombi.
oke.
Wombi can't get his ultimate off. He didn't have mana to be able to stick it out. Or
Oke,
rather,
iki
he
malah mati pisan.
2 minutes ago, so
TP
he
for
had it all.
nothing.
And with Wombi dying, this is going to be an absolute disaster. Well, at least he managed to stay alive.
TP for
but
nothing,
just
oke,
barely.
gak mati, alhamdulillah, oke,
I
oke.
wonder why they never brought Pota
Iki
in.
ya pisan, gak
That was
TP-TP.
their invoke. That invoke, that
He
would
didn't
have
have
been
TP.
enough to turn the tides of the fight in
Iso
their
gak duwe
favor.
TP,
They didn't have a TP,
buka duwe
but
TP, bokanu,
you had a tornado,
bom
you had a
banti.
sunstrike
Oh,
that
gak
you
mati
could
kok.
have dropped down. CJ would have stayed alive. Maybe you could have confirmed the kill on the Ember Spirit, because quite frankly, the team was just helpless without their mid laner. Vomi came in with no mana. So he wasn't ever going to
He
do
didn't have
anything.
Ravage. He didn't have Ravage regardless. So I got that bit wrong, but yeah, it's
Oke, dia
it's
TP
rough,
for
right?
nothing,
Invoker
dia
not having
Revek
teleport,
duwe.
I don't know if it's on off cooldown or not.
Revek gak duwe,
either, but
infone,
the Sunstrike wasn't enough
buka
damage
duwe
to
TP.
finish off the Ember Spirit with the living armor helping out as well. And what we are seeing is
Buka
this
duwe
sort of
TP, apa ya apa, pantai dek mid, oke.
being given Chakra Magic,
Tipikal klasik Dota, ketika carrymu di gangbang.
armor. That's what's really adding the extra oomph that normally like I said, I would expect to see from a Void Spirit coming out. That extra tank ability,
Anjing.
the ability to maybe use an extra Remnant, do more Searing Chains than normal. That's bailing them out massively.
Literally kuda, Jok.
And it's
Sentani.
going to only add to their defensiveness once you have that pipe being built up by Nemesis on their Centaur. That
On the
is
Centaur?
something that
Centaur,
I'm
Centaur.
sure the Sunstrike goes through that, but the rest of Invoker spells are all magical damage. So let's see what their plan is going to be. For Verosia, their plan is a lot harder to pull off without a farmed up gyro, if I'm being quite honest. And even now, the amount at which you have to, the amount of pressure now put on this gyro's shoulders because he is going on for the Manta style, I'm not feeling too optimistic about this build here.
What do you think about the Ags on the Tide, considering that he's gone for the shield facet?
But in combination, it might seem a bit weird because you're not going for auras for additional survivability.
Sentry,
when your
please,
passive is
sentry.
geared towards survivability. But the
Sentry,
Gush allows
you got to kill
the
nabi.
Gush is a great skill.
Nah.
It's 6 armor reduction in an AoE. You spam it out so frequently.
Oke, kon duwe
that
Revek.
it's some healthy amount of damage.
Revek, ward,
So it does.
terus ulti
It's
disruptor.
quite a good ability to be able to have with the Invoker in particular, right? All the AoE spells become so much easier to land with that AoE Gush.
Well, that might be the case, but they also aren't able to fight then until 20-21 minutes because your Invoker's gone for Midas, your Tide Hunter's going for the Aghanims that he's not going to have for quite a while, and your Gyrocopter's going for a Manta style. This is
Manta
going to be
style.
a
Oke,
one-time
Girone
break
kena.
that is very soon be extended to 5 if they get the skill of the
Jedar.
Gyrocopter. That's a guarantee. There won't be anyone here to fight back. Womi does
Iki
have the
mati
damage,
pisan.
no damage to follow up. There's
Atau
no
sampai di Revek. Wah, Revek mau oke.
and they're hoping that Potato's meteor is enough to
Okay.
finish on the Centaur. But with the Stampede being used
Damage dealermu mati pisan.
way, they're going to lose both their Invoker and their Shadow Shaman. And in this return kill attempt,
Oke.
it's going to be disrupted.
Damage
who's
dealermu
next on the
mati,
menu
mau
for
Revek.
Nemesis to
Nah,
continue chomping
guys.
down on 4 down. And Veroas are just not able to get anything done first.
They just got completely outpositioned in that team fight. They might have brought in their Invoker. He might have done enough. He might have done a lot of damage.
Damage
but
dealermu
he
mati,
concentrated
mau
all
Revek.
of that
Nah,
on the
wes,
one hero
kelar
he
lah
could find,
menurutmu.
which was the Centaur. And there's a reason for
Centaur,
Nemesis why that
Centaur.
Isn't in the front. Is on.
Nah wis 1% misal. Sento. Sopo sento. Ki mati meneh. Anjing ngoli loket, Dok. Dar. Iki kudane ngapain, Cok? Dudu info kira iso enggak sih? Atau info kira ora iso. Wis iki karemu piye? Wah, mati nah ya gitu. Itu 18 menit desolator Sarto isan. Ya siki kesempatanmu. Bling reflect, akak duwe bling kan. Walah, yes, sembuh iku ceritane piye iku? Duar. Dar. Kadu bling. Wis. Wis iki ceritane kon ngedev sampai menit 90 wis. Sampai 90 menit kon ngedev. Ceritane ya apa wis, mbuh wis ceritane. Aduh, gimana ini? Aduh, kenaan mana iki? Mati info kretok. Disconnect barang. Buhau. Bapake sapa buhau iki? Buhau. Bojone sapa buhau iki? Iso-iso main Dota buhau iki.
And this is the problem that we're having. I do really think that Rogers might just have thought that they're much further ahead than they actually were. Or maybe they underestimated the farming speed that Mac would be coming into it with, because Mac has been sort of that slingshot that's propelled Nemesis back into relevance. because you look out towards, again, the Tidehunter Aghanims is still not here. All you have is an Ogre Axe for what was honestly quite a good lane. They killed Klinks twice in the lane. They got a kill onto the Treant Protector twice as well, if I'm not mistaken. And that's what you'd
Buhaw sa
expect to
tikon
see,
tuku
right?
brambang
This
jo
Tidehunter
ngene iki.
is without a Blink Dagger, you can't really fight into Roshan either. Then on top of it, Invoker's Midas means that his Aghanim sure has come out now, but if you had this Aghanims at like that 14-15 minute mark instead, 2000 gold earlier on, it would have been much more effective. That Ravage actually means you can fight more effectively. That Static Storm gets to be stacked on and everything as well.
Your tier 2 fight that pushed Veroja too far back would have gone completely different if you didn't have the Aghanim. Of course,
Nih, pengalaman
taking a look at
pengalaman
hindsight
kondolnya.
is
Pengalaman
a really
di
bad
kondol.
pit that you can fall into. It's particularly in a
Wak
doping
jokem,
game.
wak
You've got
jokem.
so many variables. You can think of 100 different things that you could have done differently. But
Jokem
in this
means
kind of
Joko
a space,
Kemban.
a single elimination format, you don't have the luxury of thinking back. Not even in moments where the game is paused. You have to constantly think about how to get out of the mess you're in. For Veroja, the answer is simple. It's just farm.
Loh,
It's
nonton
farm.
yang siji.
You know, you're going to bleed
Tapi
losses.
dia kena ni
That
loro.
much is guaranteed. Nemesis will be able to
Oh.
pick off a few of your heroes as you're trying to farm up, but there's really no other way. Unfortunately, they don't even have a great Cataclysm setup, right? All they're really relying on is that Ravage, and mind you, a Ravage without a Blink Dagger. So they're relying on Bomi walking in, using a Ravage, and then the Cataclysm to follow. And you can already tell the way that I demonstrate.
Kita menunggu
their plan
Reconic berarti.
has
Reconic
a lot
jam
of
piro,
friction
Bang?
in between. It's the Solar Bind from the Keeper of the Light, the Ember Spear Syrian Chains, then the Stampede from the Centaur Warrunner, the
Reconic.
Overgrowth from the Treant Protector. A lot of Nemesis abilities either create space or
Reconic
hold
jam
heroes in.
8 hour.
There is
8
no
hour,
reason
8 menit.
why Nemesis
Berarti jam
should be
5.
caught by
Jam
a
5
Ravage,
sore.
particularly one that has to walk into them.
Yeah, I don't know if there's a way back into this game, if I'm being honest. Because the other problem is that we sort of stalked around rather than talking about it. But also, Sklinks is a very good high ground siege. Right? It's putting skeletons down everywhere, making it hard to fight into him. Even if you do want to walk forward with the Ravage, you've obviously got the Centaur nearby who's going to be able to continue sieging. Ember Spirit can stay out of a fight, come back into it very, very quickly with his Aghanim Scepter and everything as well. This is a very good lineup on the Nemesis side at taking the base.
Well, that's what it is. And the living armor means that you can hold your ground as you're sieging. The Centaur
Okay,
has
Kak Melo.
the pipe, so there's really no big threat against your Killings. Sure, he only has about 1900 HP, but the pipe gives him that sustain against most of the Invoker spells. You really just
also
have to
the
be
Holy
careful of
Locket.
that Cataclysm.
Keeper of the Light also has Holy Locket. He's going to be able to heal up your Klings massively.
Yeah. It's they also had the vessel, you know. Vessel plus the Holy Locket, it's
I do think that Vero has set themselves up for like a real shot at this. But again, unfortunately, it's that hindsight conversation that we were having, but it's also a conversation we were having at the time. It was very, very risky to go for any sort of, late game items when you haven't, or rather mid-game items when you haven't guaranteed your early game. They do a good job in their laning phase. They make all of the right rotations. They commit to the right moments. But afterwards, with Mac flash farming back upwards, with 23 Savage being given the space that he's been finding, becomes too much.
Kau ni kau nak Ivory?
Veruja are also, let's face it, they're all
Ivory,
a lot
Veroha.
than most of the talent out there in
Veroha,
Southeast Asian
maksudnya.
organizations.
Wong
I believe
Veroja.
Kota is 22 years
Anjing,
old.
memang
CJ
daya
is
kalah tu
even
ambil Kota
younger. In
ini.
fact, CJ doesn't even have his Wikipedia profile yet. There is a very
Reconic,
long way
okay,
to
kita
go
doakan
for
Reconic,
this
coy.
team in particular.
Indo-
As it is for YG and
Indo
IG,
team.
right? You have, and even Reconics, you have
Our
young stars
Indo team
rising up to
will
take the
be
place of these
Go
Wolves that have been
international.
there for quite a while and who seem pretty much unbeatable. You think that the Southeast Asian team will improve and improve. You think they're playing so fantastic as you're costing them.
So fantastic,
in the grand
fantastic
final
punya
of a tier 2
bapak
or tier 3
fantastic.
tournament. But then you see them come out against these tier 1 teams that are consistently the winners of these qualifying events, right? Nemesis or Execution have to be
or Aureus,
the
yeah.
have to be in the grand finals. One of them should be in the grand finals. That's the expectation. from
Berusaha
that.
untuk sok kenal
And
sok.
then you see the true discrepancy that exists in the Southeast Asian scene, where the tier 2 scene is kind of a bubble, but every time someone reaches out of that bubble, they just get
Berusaha SKSD sok.
right down into the ground.
I don't think that's how bubbles work. I mean, I don't
It's a
want to be
metaphorical
pedantic,
bubble.
man, but okay,
It's a nest.
Metaphorical
You know,
bubbles
it's a
don't work
nest. You
that way
leave the
either.
nest tea time.
All right, we can maybe make it a nest instead. There you go.
Yeah, it's like, you
One
know,
of
you leave the nest, you're trying to flap around, but then you realize you're trapped in a simulation of Flappy Bird, and then you realize you're screwed.
Why? Why is it a flappy? Have you heard the conspiracy theory about birds not being real? By the way,
I have not. That's a wacky
it's such
conspiracy
a
theory.
dumb thing. It's just such a dumb thing. It's the idea that birds aren't real and they're all just a government psyop, and that everything that every time you see like a bird in the sky or something, that's just a simulation glitching.
That's a lot of glitches.
It is a lot of glitches, but to be fair, can you imagine if someone made a program that runs like 8 billion people in the world? It is going to be a lot of glitches.
Guys, tinggalan nih buhau aku.
Dota is all
Waduh.
about
Nggak
glitches,
ngangkat
right?
buhau
And
aku.
Dota's only got 150 heroes, that not 8 billion of them. Of course, anyone who's maybe newer to Dota, what used to happen once upon a time,
Siapa buhau anjing.
5.84, which is when I started playing initially, about 25 years ago or something. If you tried to attack your own creep before it was in
Wow.
melee range, you turn into a sheep. You were hexed up if you tried to attack your own creep or attack your own hero, because Warcraft 3 had the mechanic that you could attack your own units, just for some reason or the other. But Dota, even though it was a Warcraft 3 mod, obviously you're not supposed to be able to kill your ally heroes because that would be griefing. So to get around it, Ginsu, who was the developer of Dota back in the 5.84 days, Ginsu said, you know what, if you try to attack one of your own creeps, you just get turned into a sheep. That's also one of the reasons why the Scythe of Vice used to be called the Ginsu Scythe of Vice, because it did the same thing.
I wouldn't mind that mechanic, some kind of punishment where you miss the window for your deny, but
No, not miss the window. It's like if you accidentally A-click an ally hero or like a full HP ally creep, you just get turned into a sheep.
for how many seconds?
Like one, I think it was 1 second.
Okay,
It's like a
Well,
Shadow Shaman attack, basically.
yeah. Would be unfortunate for Barossa to have to play against 4v5. They're already so far behind, but I suppose
Indium
it doesn't
bosok,
actually
no,
change
no,
that
no.
Worth it
much.
feels like they're already playing 4v5.
Sorry, IndiHome.
Yeah. It's
We are using
to be
IndiHome.
fair, it doesn't really seem like it's going to change much for
IndiHome bosok. No.
either side, to be honest. The side of Shadow Shaman isn't really something that's holding Nemesis back
2026 mau pakai
from
IndiHome.
that high ground. There still needs to be fair, quite a few ways to go, but Buhao will reconnect into the game. Barossa will have their full 5. Both teams will fist bump each other, metaphorically again. Joker will clutch.
It was pretty clutch time.
Sakit perut
Yeah,
saya.
but 10 seconds left.
Besok turnamen loro weteng sok. Kalah
Maybe it's gonna
lho.
be some clutch plays being made
Aduh,
for
aduh,
Rose
kok
as well
iso-iso
to come back
itu
into the game.
turnamen
So
loro
for all that
weteng
technical
niku.
timeout. Thanks guys, and you're welcome for that history lesson.
Blink
Thanks.
Dagger
Aduh, buhau. Iso-iso loro weteng.
On the Shadow Shaman, yes.
Yeah.
It was on the Shadow Shaman.
So then they'll have some more ways to initiate, but I'm afraid for the Shadow Shaman that Ghost and blinks in. He's just going to get obliterated in the first second.
Well, I'll have you know that Buhao and his 6 deaths are not afraid of obliterations in a second.
It has to be the Tidehunter, right? They don't really solve the main problem unless Barossa are playing for the Shadow Shaman initiation into the Cataclysm to just get off 1 kill and then fight 5v4. Perhaps that's how they plan on going about it. It's hard. 14,000 net worth for 20 minutes in. 21 minutes Shrine of Wisdom is also going to go the way of Nemesis because Mac is surely not going to give that one up. They should be aware of this timing.
Now, Shrine will be picked up by Barajas, but will they lose their Invoker for it?
Wah ayo kok iso invoker nang kono.
That's a dead invoker.
Gedeng.
Adding his name to the mix of the grave, potentially. Mac is pursuing him up, and CJ cannot back off. The Manta style will help him dispel the slowing light, but that's not going to be enough. Unfortunately for them, they're going to lose 4 heroes, and why stop at 4 when you can give them the good old team wipe?
Gedeng.
Well, at least they
Kon
fought
eling
for the
tak kon
Wisdom Rune. I've heard it's the most important
musuh
objective
main
in the
2
game.
invis cok. 2
Gunfight
invis dan
is
kon
a team.
lah, aku akan mengambil serain ini. Oh, tidak semudah itu Ferguson.
Just a classical
Yes.
outplay coming out by Nemesis. Veroja thought they were safe and secure underneath the Shrine of Wisdom, but they, instead of bleeding one hero to give up their entire lineup, CJ walks in without a clear action plan, just trying to do what little he can before he goes out. Ravage was unused in that entire fight because Womi was just left scratching his head on how to actually get the opening or create the opening for his team without an invoker. Only a matter of time. D-time.
Lek kon pengen menang ya apa carane iki dibuat 1 jam. Wis entok.
Tea time. Well, either way, at least they're going to have time to find Raven over here. Now, the problem is that they don't have themselves the Cataclysm right now, so Raven can stay alive. Womi is looking for a Ravage, and although he could maybe find 2 heroes, he's also lost out Buhao in all of the meanwhile. Invoker makes his way over, Womi sticks out, the Ravage Cataclysm will come through, damage is good, and Mac does feel slightly threatened by it, but with the Essence trying to heal himself back up, he remnants forward. He's so mobile, there's no way of stopping him. The Static Storm doesn't catch him, and 23 Savage, all in the meanwhile, is ripping apart everyone who's left alive. Womi doesn't even wait for his Invoker to die. He just calls GG. He knows this game is over. And with a big comeback after the laning stage, super powered by Mac, Nemesis remind us why they're one of the favorites for this qualifier.
I mean, they just got outplayed right from that 10-minute mark. We thought that Nemesis would be a lot weaker in that 10 to 20-minute mark, but things really did not work out for Veroja. Just the itemization mistakes. I wouldn't even think it was the Midas on the Invoker. I think it's the Manta style on the Gyrocopter, a 4,000 plus gold item that did not offer anything apart from that Dispel against that Solar Bind. And that leash by the Treant Protector. It's not a whole lot value for your buck, and you needed damage. Even in that last fight, as we saw Veroja call out the GG, that Ravage was good. The damage from the Cataclysm was good, but there was no follow-up. There was never going to be follow-up because your Gyrocopter went for the Manta.
Yeah, it was kind of a mess all in all. It just felt like even the Aghanim Scepter for the Tide Hunter didn't come into effect despite a very good laning phase for the longest time. You weren't really able to take any fights around the Ravage early on.
Kita nerusin
A couple of pickups.
R4 ya.
Saw a good Ravage fight despite it being a very good Ravage.
R4
Like,
hardcore.
some of it did actually put themselves in quite a
Sambil
good
menunggu.
position to at least transition to the mid game. Maybe game 2 can look better. Or
Sambil
maybe
menunggu
Nemesis takes
tim
it out.
Indo kalah.
The new breakthrough and innovative phone with OneXBet app. With OneXBet app, you can register and start betting in just one click. Fast payouts.
Enggak duwe lading sih. Oh, sih bentar. Game capture RE4. Wis anu. Weh, anjing. Tapi ini geruduk kok. Mati aku. Tapi ini geruduk kok. Wingi sapene enggak anu. Bisa aku mati. Bad cow. Mati, Cok. How did I miss that? For the love of God, will somebody please get rid of the blue medallions, those religious lunatics left hanging around? Okay. Ki mlebune lah dia aku lali. Oh iki.
Fix everything myself.
Nothing here. Gak jadi bangke ya, Cok. Ayo. Melawan badak, Cuk. Cakebukan mati itu anjing. Iso didos ya lali aku, Cuk.
Present for you.
Haha. Wah, iya. Langsung mati sih. Oke. Nah, ini kan enak.
It's locked.
Of course it's locked. Sijine nanti Blue medallion nih. Ntar Blue medallion. Ya apa caranya Kurono? Ada pitik. Ada ayam. Si jenis nandi anjing. Ora oleh apa-apa anjing. Ono tit 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 tit. Ruby ku gak iso. Ruby gak iso anjing. Iki omahe ndek jero, kon ngomboke teko njaba. Piye jalan? Apa ndek kene, Cuk? Aku lali ya. Masalah kabeh-kabeh dikunci rek. Aku lali iki. Anjing.
Give me a break.
Hei. Aku ono pisau ngono gampang kok. Gelap aja. Ah, ini Esta. Wush, Matrix tuh. Panik aku, Cok. Beleng. Sono mana? Anjing. Jungcal granat aku, Cok. Itu sing jungcal. Push. Ayo. Mati aku. Ayo, uncalan meneh. Uncalan meneh. Sumeten. Kale ngono dong. Ayo dong. Oh, bajingan nih. Dar. Oh iya, miss barang, Cok. Ush. Guys, peluru kuntek. Iya. Sono mana? Oh iso kok. Sumeten meneh. Sumeten meneh. Ya gak sumet-sumet, Cok. Sabar yo, sabar sik. Anjir kabeh-kabeh kok ana kuncine sih, heran aku. Sabar.
This the place?
Ono titit. Ono di. Ih, sapa sih gedor-gedor anjing iki?
What's that noise?
Hei.
That hurts, you know? Seemed like you really wanted to talk. How observant, senor. Now, say, you got a smoke? You know, those things will kill you. Oh, well, maybe just untie me then, huh? Joder, not this guy! Who are you? Okay, stop right there!
Anjing. Apa itu, Sok? Oh, itu virusnya sih lali. Wis main, Bang. Oh, udah main. Kita lihat tim Indo kalah lagi.
Sacrificial lamb, you will receive our most sacred body. It begins now.
Oh, what the fuck? Hey, stop it. Hey, Yankee. Got a name? Leon. Quiet type, eh? I'm Luis Serra. I guess you, me, picked the wrong spot to vacation, eh? Hey! Stop it! You move, I move. And I'm beat up enough as it is. I can see you're thinking. Bet you've been in spots like this before, huh? I guess you're here looking for someone. One more guess. Maybe some missing señorita? Young girl? Talk. Now. Great. See, heard chatter about moving a señorita. Moving her? Where? Who knows? But later, saw some men dragging someone to the old church. Hanging with you, not healthy. Hey, we're not done here! Later, amigo.
Shit, they took my gear.
Waduh, Huskar coisan.
Almost every day. That's what you call. You mean the light in my eyes, right? When you say lightning. No, sorry. Well, then I am. Um. Now, I am kind of curious about this lane matchup because Mac has gone for the level 2 Berserker's Blood over here, level 2 Burning Spear, and obviously, I don't believe in looking at lane matches because of Huskar and Gold. Is this the traditional build?
Well, I mean, you can go for it either way. The problem right now Matt is facing is that Dota is maintaining lane equilibrium. Every single wave that he's taken out so far has been closer to his high ground and has been Max. And Dota's just playing the lane really well right now. Matt is not able to punish him with his burning spears. You might be just seeing him go for a fallback off the game of Berserker's Blood. And they're actually seeing Dota push back at Mac, which is surprising to say the least.
There also aren't really that many debuffs that you can dispel as the Huskar, so I suppose the Berserker's Blood is going to be full effect, but yeah. Regardless, bot lane is also where we're going to be seeing maybe a little bit of potential development whether Avatar Raven and Joker want to put on pressure.
The thing is, though, I think Dawson's impact has to be on that mid lane, despite of the fact that they can get easy kills while fusion. I think shutting down Dota should be higher up on Dawson's priority list rather than trying to.
And Mac could die. Mac's dead over here. Hoda doesn't have enough mana. He doesn't have one charges over here either. Otherwise, that could have been problematic.
Acar! Acar!
Mac even turns back in, getting a few more burns.
Towernya gak ngantem kok. Wah, kalah he. Dar.
Stealth early on is going to come back to bite him. The kill with the extra burning spear damage. Even tries to get away. Juju will finish him off though. He's getting so exposed.
Should have gone for the teleport earlier, but I did not know Juju's position because the axe was also pressuring that bot lane. Can't teleport right from in front of Nemesis because then you just need to snowball. You won't be able to make to teleport through the other side. Top lane North in trouble.
And every single lane feels like it's having some troubles. Womi is going to be able to stay longer, not long enough though. 20% gets longest range right in the green to see quite a while.
Kabeh padha nandi iki. Atuh-atuhan kabeh iki. Musuhan kabeh kon iki, Iso-iso erek sak tim musuhan kabeh iki. Kalah iki. Huskar level 6 DCI kalah iki.
Then they won't be able to survive.
They want to kill the strong spirit before he gets level 6. Jokum does have the snowball available if he wants to go for it. He has one extra
3 lawan 1. Oke. Cedar.
full shackle. Potato will die before level 6. They will not have a response skill this time over. And even if Mac might not have gotten off to the best of starts versus the strong, now it is certainly up there.
Ferocious don't seem to consider these rotations a threat.
Gimana teman-temanku, nggak ada yang TP. Wah, pada musuhan kabeh santok.
But I am seeing Buddha show a bit of a stubbornness in that regard, where he doesn't want to play in the jungle despite of having defensive vision planted down. They have an observer towards the entry point of their own jungle. They had another observer which just expired before this one. This one down. Now point of view will be in the jungle to achieve his level 6 and leave Juju on the mid lane to farm up, and CJ is also farming. At this point, CJ doesn't need fear for anything because he has his borrowed time that can be scaled up.
Feels like there's going to be some fights going on the bot side of things as well. It's not going to be a kill from the Shadow Shaman. Instead, it's actually a Raven to fall. And inside his own jungle.
Ya Allah, duel.
alive. It is a double kill for Matt as he continues to snowball away.
Nemesis are luring Baroja into the awkward engagements for Kota. He cannot fight back. I'm not sure what the stubbornness is to contest against a Huskar. That is what the Huskar wants. And for Baroja, they don't need to fall prey to the bait there.
Now look, there is one. Again, this is a very small silver lining, but it could be significant. Juju's doing well in levels. If you allow him to then pick up the wisdom rune as well and get that early level 6, Huskar gets heavily mitigated, and Boda can actually fight back at that point.
He can. But he needs to hit the 6 first, and you don't want to give Kota, or rather, you don't want to give Matt too much of an advantage on the Huskar. He'll almost have that that army up. Spectre, 23 Savage has that phylactery now. This is the more common version of a carry build nowadays. You know, you use the hunt, you use the Spectral Dagger after that. Phylactery slows them down, and then you can just eat the support alive. And right now, 23 Savage can take both the Bugna, even with the Determined 5, as well as the Ancient Apparition out of the game.
Changes to Phylactery also just make it so much better for the Spectre as well. It's such a good farming item overall with the extra HP and mana regen.
Yeah, I mean, Spectre will always have mana problem. The Phylactery does solve one of those issues.
Yeah.
Not exactly an
Well,
item
Pengen lu cepet wong-wong iki.
made for its mana regen because there are quite a few vandals for you can pick up a thousand.
Midland karo posisi papate network meh podo.
Only going to get worse every single time the Shaman's ultimate is up. They're going to be going for a tower. The creeps are being pushed so far out that Raven is playing behind the view. One has a Vanguard and a Chainmail radio protection as well, so he's a very difficult target to take down. CJ can't do it on his own. In fact, CJ is
Kano warte menang lho.
self 4 heroes right on top of them.
Nice start things off. There will be the board time use. VP coming in from the ancient Amber.
Ah!
Really, he's not going
Jedang!
to at all. Bugna keeps his Abaddon alive for slightly longer, but what it does is invite 23 Savage to come over for a few more support kills. And with the Bugna going down, 23 Savage has had to spay off. It's going to be another kill from Matt as well. 3 dead on the bot lane as they try and support what was already a dead Abaddon.
But it's kind of felt like deja vu time because just last game, that this Q1 engagement where they take CJ out felt like a big momentum shift from Nemesis where they just have up the pressure from 20 to 100. And I have no reason to believe why Nemesis would let up at this stage where they have both the mid lane and the bot lane Q1 down. They have access to the entirety of the jungle on Baroja's side. And Mac has Yarn that he can continue to play aggressive while Juju does not have that Ice Blast. There is no life drain. There is an arena, but limited follow-up, so no real punishment for Nemesis.
Well,
Gimana tak mati deh.
They need some platinum punch at this point in time. They need this, silver ain't enough. I know the recent changes to silver, the trends, but still, there's still need some of that real thing.
I can't believe you got the reference to that. You are correct. Now, look, Asian Apparition is going to have his level 6 pretty soon. And if he only just had it right now and we crossed it over the Roshan, my god, would that feel good or what?
I mean, if he had been level 6, he definitely would make
But if he has the level 6,
He has
but
it
if he
now.
just screwed it over, if he just sent it over, never mind.
It's going to be a full ages for Mac. The next 5 minutes are going to be absolutely brutal for Baroja.
Menit 11 wis anu rek, wis ngerosan san.
Vanished. And the big question is, Vomi is now just farming away on that Mars. We haven't seen an arena play come out yet. Juju has the ice
Kon
right now. Baroja
initiate ke Spectre gak sih? Spectre gak duwe hon lho. Tapi yo wong-wong padha ngono.
Well, right now the Hexaman and the Storm Spirit, they're hopes of being dashed back, always forward, but without the threat of the
Gege gue san.
Oh, it's nice that you get a kill onto
11 menit turnamen tuh san.
mitigating factor versus the Husk.
Kon membuang waktu sekitar berapa jam? 1 jam setengah lah. 1 jam 40 menit. Setengah, ya 1 jam 40 menitan lah. 100 menit lah. Allah.
Bobby just brought down the bars to 20% HP. Sorry, 22 Savage.
Wis kok main anu cuk san, wis kok main ranked lah san wong-wong iki san.
No repercussions whatsoever.
Menang juk wong iki wis kok main ranked iki draft yo mbo aturane apa enggak ngono kan Pukna AA iki yo kon
And this is not a
apa
duo without kill potential, but they
nge-catch hero ne ya apa nyekel hero ne ya apa.
like it's easy. For the Vanguard, it won't help
Oke.
versus the Ice Blast.
Nah.
At least this should be a quick kill, but the problem is 23 Savage. He comes over. Potato has the mana pool to be able to back off. No, he doesn't make his way over the cliff, and he gets hexed because of it. Bomi is just sitting around at the bottom of the high ground thinking,
Sing
"My God,
nyekel
he could have done anything," and
sing dikongkon nyekel Mars iku yo anu ngono kan kurang Pukna mbok nyekel hero mbok ngen anu tuku atos yo gah itu bakalan menit 30 baru 25-30 baru atos yo AA nih. Spear.
now Bomi doesn't even manage to get the interrupt on the teleport.
Gemes sampai Miwo ya ada Miwo ambek Buhau iki ada ono alasan turnamen lara wetek trek aku.
You ideally want to have enough follow-up that will guarantee and release some successful returns for your sacrifice, but Verosa can't even do that.
Think he's got problems now. Wait till you find out this Huskar has the full Sant in Yasha, and Shaman hasn't even decided to go for Blindaka. He's gone for the Glimmer Cape instead. That's going to be helping the Huskar stay alive versus the Ancient Aberration. And you know what's not going to help? Well, it's
I've never
more
seen
deaths.
a Huskar play Spider-Man with life breaks. You know, and we've seen the in-between reference.
Carane kon menang adalah kon yo apa carane iso ngalahno Spectre 5 lawan 1 lah ya enggak e. Dagger urung duwe iki dagger menit 30 iki.
With great leading prowess, great beginning the ass for Storm Spirit. You'll set her up. I mean, he's trying to get something done, but with the snowball to delay, double silence with the life break as well, they're going to have the Spectre on in just a bit, if I'm not wrong. No, still 30 seconds, so they've got a chance to make this a fight of things, but the kills doesn't come out. They keep on healing up this Shadow Shaman. He stays alive. You've lost out 3 heroes, and now will be 4. Yeah.
I mean, without one of your heroes off, CJ would never
Iradian menit 20 menit 20 kon iso ngelawan lah. Oh iki nggak ada ulti Abaddonnya. Ayo kamu daggernya mana?
the rest of Nemesis would have still been on top of them, and there's no way you fight back against the Aegis. Ice Blast was not available for that fight either, so
Ya si kon ceritane apa lawan Spectre 5 lawan 1 lah sengkai.
Top lane, once again, they do get a spare out of the dust to get him away, but they lose their tier 2 meanwhile, and doesn't feel like there's much to be done at this stage. This first Aegis in itself is given
Di game loro karo lah sengkai. Spectre carry-ne Nemesis nggak ngapa-ngapain tuh ngono lho.
dying and dying and dying. He is 0 and 8
Oh iya, wis. Cedar. Mati pisan. 16 menit, Cok. Asblas. Wis main kok ranked pisan lho. Spectre wis duwe radian, Cok. Nah, disi abadone kari. Iki marene lawan sapa lawan? YG. Yangon. TPB sapa? Oh, wis. Iki sing menang Jeki lah. Siapa ini, Cok? Satu ini, Cok. Oh, begini. Oke. Ya, embo kabure apa kon? Nah, wis. Yangon Galacticos ini rekoniknya sih 7 jam lagi, tuh. Kita tunggu rekonik nanti main. Sekarang kita bermarah-marah dulu. Buhau. Sopo meneh buhau. Itu sejarah tekan di buhau. Cek suwe nerek lek ngerenderingi. 7.18 AM. Banter cuk suarane. Udah 50% kabeh lho iki. This facet doesn't do anything as well as out spear fishing. Spear fishing sorry kok. Wah, mudun sampai anu lah iso. Mudun sampai Herald, cok. Lah iso lho.
Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Support mendem ya ngono. Jarno. Cak karepe dhewe, cak karepe support e wis.
Your turn.
Jarno supporte mendem gitu. Jarno. Iki lek tak gawe kalah
10 seconds remaining.
Lek tak gawe kalah berarti
10 seconds remaining.
apa cok tak gawe kalah.
5 seconds remaining.
Oke. tak kayak kalah kok.
Sticks and
Prepare for battle.
forward. Rolling out. Sure. Rolling stone. Yes. You got
30 seconds to battle.
it. Head for the quarry.
Yo niki ndek kene tanda-tanda iki kan wis kalah iki, Cuk. Yakin aku.
Tiny coming in.
Dan iki car gawe kalah.
Rolling.
Kon kate ngedeke di ayo.
The battle begins.
Going. Hard times coming. Rock on. I gather no loss. Right away. Of course. Of course. First blood.
First blood.
Rock
We're
on.
off to an explosive start.
No hard feelings. Tiny coming in. Ah. Going. Crush 'em. Sure. Rolling. I got I'm under attack. Yes. Head for the quarry. Right
Pulang. Nice. Aku bisa salo sitok ae ndek iki.
rolling out. Coming in. Forward. Rock on. You get nothing. Head for the quarry. Going. We've got quarry to sell. Hard currency. Going. Rolling. Forward. Tiny, coming in. Rolling out.
Tuh.
Yes.
Dia nguncal nandi anjing. Iso-iso lho. Lak tolol, aduh.
Head for the quarry. Right away. Rock on. Of course.
Alah.
Bottom is missing. Rock on. Sure. My favorite part. Head for the quarry. Yes. Soccer. Going. Bottom is missing.
Your middle tower is under attack.
Tiny, coming in. Right away.
Ya Allah, arek iki sobat tuh, arek iki sumpah tuh.
Rolling out. I gather no.
Oke.
You got it. Rolling. Head for the quarry. You haven't got the stone. Bottom is missing.
Cotton bounties.
Yes. Tiny, coming in. Of course. Rolling stone. Rock on. Right away. Bottom is missing. Sure. Tiny, coming in.
Aduh.
Attack. Bottom is missing. You got crush them. I'm under attack. My favorite one. Bottom is missing. Rock on. We've a quarry to settle. Rolling. Bottom is missing. A rolling stone. You got the stone. Going. I'll get out. I gather no more. I dropped my capstone. Head for the quarry. Black. Of course. Going. Head for the quarry.
Dire's courier has been killed.
You got it. Forward. Crush them. I'm under attack. Yes.
The enemy's middle tower has fallen.
Get up. My favorite quarry. Rolling stone. You haven't got the stone. Right away. I'm not ready. Attack.
Dire's courier has been killed.
We've a quarry to settle. Rock on. Forward. Rolling out. Going. Not yet. Rolling. Sure. Feel the act. Rock'em sock'em.
Your bottom tower is under attack.
Get 'em. Tiny smash. A rolling stone. I gotta know. Rolling out. I gotta know, boss. Tiny, coming in. I'm under attack. Rock on. Sure. A rolling stone. Head for the quarry. Forward. Rock'em sock'em.
Ngene aja aku duwe
Dire structures are fortified.
Of course. A rolling stone. You haven't got the stone. Living law. I got the gold. Forward. Bottom is missing. Rock on. Rolling out.
The enemy's bottom tower has fallen.
Going. We've a quarry to settle. My favorite quarry. Yes. Dominating. Tiny, coming in. Head for the quarry. Rolling.
Dire's courier has been killed.
Bounty!
Your middle tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified. Your middle tower is under attack. Your bottom tower is under attack.
Head for the quarry!
Your bottom